Okay. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session at 8:24 PM and state that no actions or motions were taken in executive session.
So moved.
Motion by Karen, second by Al. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda is item number 19, discussion, take possible action regarding supervisors' union contract. At this point, I'll entertain a motion for the town of Seymour to enter into agreement on a new 3-year contract with UPSEU Local 424, Unit 85, the Seymour supervisors, and the union contract as presented by Town Council Holcomb. Motion by Nicole, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 7-0. Thank you very much, Warren. Yes, there's one. Yeah, I should go through. Okay, item number 20, discussion, take possible action regarding operations department structure. I'm going to need one more 2-week period on this. I just received today the new job description from the Public Works Board. They went through and wrote the description with Dennis Rosen's retirement being effective at the end of October. We want to put this new job description in play, so my goal is to bring this to you folks for final approval on the 20th to allow us to go out in the paper on the 22nd. At that point, leave it out for 3 weeks, have the interview process done, and hopefully have our new Public Works Director in place by the beginning of the year. That is the hope. What we are working on now is bringing in 3 Public Works Directors from other communities to lead the interviews. So that way, there will be 3 professionals making those decisions. They will then narrow that down to 2 candidates. The 2 candidates will be put in front of the Board of Selectmen for final review and decision. And I assume we'll do something like we did with other department heads. We'll give them a scenario and ask them to present on the scenario so we can see how they think, how they act, things like that. But along the lines of the operations department, a few more things that we need to tie up. I still need to sit down with Tony and Rick just to go over some numbers to make sure that anything, go over some of the ideas that I have to make sure that numbers all work, particularly with regards to the custodians and how that would work. So, any questions on the Public Works Director's position? No? Okay. All right, item number 21 is appointments, and we have no appointments this week. Item number 22, tax refunds and abatements. Nicole?
October 1st, 2015, to the Board of Selectmen from the tax collector. The following overpayment of tax payment in total, $6,918.98, needs to be approved for refund in accordance with the provisions of Section 12-129 of the Connecticut General Statutes. Susan Bolin, Tax Office.
Yes. Dan was away. Threw you for a little curveball. All right. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to accept the October 1st, 2015 tax collector's report as presented.
Second.
Motion by Anne Marie, second by Al. So under discussion, everybody review, make sure there's no issues. Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Item number 23 is transfers. We have no transfers. 24 is correspondence. We have just one correspondence, which is the check registers. Item number 25, public comment. Is there any public comment? Come forward, state your name and address for the record. Into the microphone, please.
This thing's getting taller. But anyway,
It's a trick every week.
my name is Al Yagavane. I live on 25 Elaine Drive, Seymour, Connecticut. I'm here not to ask for anything for myself, but I am here to ask for your help. The VFW, for which the post was started approximately 5 years ago, is in dire need of a home. Now, I know probably some of you know what the VFW stands for. And then again, there's probably some of you that do not. Less than 1% of this beautiful country do we have in uniform, male and female, that protect you people as well as myself. Less than 1%. And unfortunately, when we send people off into harm's way, they come home not all as they have left. They come home with issues. Some arms, legs missing, brain damage, jaws missing, etc., and I can go on. What the VFW does is we try to fill a gap. We have a VA hospital in West Haven, as you all are aware of it. However, we come across on almost a daily basis veterans that are having other issues for which they do not feel comfortable, or do they have the transportation or the wherewithal to go to West Haven. So we try to fill that gap. And it's awfully hard to do it in a restaurant over a cup of coffee or in the community center, for which we're only allowed one night a month. Now, what am I asking for? I'm asking for a permanent home. A home where I can schedule people that have problems, would like to come and talk, not necessarily with me, the commander, but with perhaps some of our specialty people. We have people in the medical field. We have people that have gone through divorces, etc. We have soldiers coming home getting divorces because of issues. And it's awfully hard to meet with them in the general public or in a public environment. So we're looking for a permanent home. At one time, the VFW was located on Day Street in Seymour. That was in a flood home, I believe, and I believe you knew that, Paul, as well as you, Karen. From 1955 until approximately 3 years ago, that building existed there. We'd like to get it back if we can. And I say this in this regard. It was turned over, unfortunately, by the post that was there to the Seymour Land Trust. The reason why they are no longer there was they lost their charter because they did not do what is required to have a post. And that is a matter of public record. Okay? I was told at that time when I tried to save it that it was impossible. So if I wanted a VFW to help the vets in our town, I would have to start a new post. So I asked not for myself, but I asked for your help in finding us a home. Unfortunately, we were given a home up on Great Hill Road for 5 years, and we didn't have to pay any rent, although it was on electric heat and it was commercially, industrially rated. Our electric bills would run up to $500, $600, $700 a month during the winter months. So as you can see, a brand new post starting out, it was awfully expensive. So now, what am I proposing? I'm proposing that I unfortunately, I believe I'm the only veteran here, but I'm asking for your help. You are the politicians. You are the people that can make things happen. You are the people that send people in uniform into harm's way, whether directly or indirectly. So what I'm asking for is not all that much. But if you can help us provide us with a home where we can meet with people. And as I say, it's not for me that I asked this for. But again, it's for those young fellas that are coming home. A lot of them don't even want to join an organization anymore because they see too much politics in it. And I say that with respect to politics, okay? But because of that, they get slighted by the VA. You know, you listen to the news, and so do I. All right, so that's why a lot of guys don't want to go there, is they get pushed aside. And it's personality, it's how they approach people, or vice versa. Somebody has a bad day and she's sitting behind a computer all day, and she doesn't want to help somebody else that deserves help. That's where we come in and fill the gap. And then we try to break it down to get them the help that they need. So again, I'm asking for your help, not for me, like I said. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Al. Is there any other public comment? Mr. Flynn?
Michael Flynn, 85 Skokorat Street, Seymour, Connecticut. I'd just like to say one thing. I'm on the Inland Wetlands Commission, and one problem that we are having is people not filling out forms or people not advising them on how to fill out the forms for whatever issues they have. Some of these things they bring before us aren't signed, they aren't properly filled out, and we've had to table a lot of issues, you know? So that is a matter to take into consideration by the board. And whoever is advising these people on whatever issues they have, they should come before the Inland Wetlands Commission with a full, completed document, you know? One more thing I would like to suggest, this would be for the Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments. As far as updating land records are concerned, I think that it should be, Kurt, if you meet with the other chief executives from these various municipalities, if these tools aren't already intact, or if they are intact, the utilization, I'm sure they have satellites imagery of all the rivers and streams throughout Connecticut. I'm sure the national, they call it the National Geographic Survey, should have things about the entire continental United States. If the Department of Environmental Protection and could update these maps through satellite imagery so that we have a constant flow of updated records, and we can go into the computer and get recent maps on the changes of water courses and then add them to the public record. After we review this, I think it would save a lot of headaches, you know, because I think the present system is archaic. You might have maps that date from 1959. It's a matter of public record, and it can't be altered. But the present circumstances, just to add something on a change of river courses, is so cumbersome and archaic that it has to be revisited. And if we could also work with our state legislators and people like that who represent us to try to see if it's necessary to change the laws to get the necessary upgrades on improving maps. That's all I have to say. And updating them. So you could go into a computer and you can get the latest information on the change of river or brook courses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flynn. Is there any other public comment?
Jamie Brennan, 124 Bungay Road. Just to clarify on the previous speakers, having been a regular attendee at inland wetlands meetings for the last 18 months, what's come up lately is a problem with these the applications is that there wasn't a wetlands enforcement officer, which now at your last meeting, I think you appointed someone in there with regular hours for people to go and meet to work through the schedule. That's where it all comes down to, regular hours where they can meet with somebody prior to the meeting.
Thank you, Jamie. Is there any other public comment? Any other public comment? Okay, hearing no more public comment, we'll go to Selectmen's public comments. Karen.
I just have, excuse me, a couple of things. First of all, I recently became aware of the fact that we're going through a reevaluation of property, and I had a constituent call me and say there was a strange man in her yard, and she wanted to know what he was doing. Why can't we tell the public what's going on?
We have told the public what's going on.
When, where?
Notifications have gone out. It's all required.
I didn't get one.
I'll talk to the assessor, find out why. It's not a secret.
Okay, but I haven't seen anything in the press and Valley Independent Sentinel.
I don't think yeah, I don't think we put anything out, but I don't think we ever put anything out with regards to reevaluation, to be honest with
The
you.
woman who called me was scared to death.
Okay, well, have her call and,
She
we'll
said,
talk to
you
her.
know, there's a strange man in my yard. what if he wants to come in the house? And I said, my understanding is that it's an external evaluation, not an internal.
Well, they can ask to come in the house, sure.
They could?
They can make an appointment and do that, sure.
That's how your taxes are based upon, so if you have, last year you didn't have a finished basement, but now this year you have a finished basement. That's how they tax you.
Well, I understand that,
Uh-huh.
but, and I don't even know where I got this information, that whoever's doing this assessment, reevaluation, is doing it on the outside of the house.
It's Vision that's doing the, bless you, right, Vision, right? The group that's there, I believe it's Vision, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What we made, there was something at the last meeting I thought was brought up that Kurt made
Yeah, and
in
we've,
his comments.
it's been budgeted for the last 3 years. It's mentioned in the budget process. It was mentioned all during the budget process last year, so it's not a
Well,
secret or a
this
surprise.
constituent had a strange person in their yard, and she called you,
Yeah.
and not the police, because she
I
didn't know.
told
that
her to
we-
call the police.
Because she didn't know about revaluation. So I
Well,
found
she
out that
claimed
would
she
call-
didn't know.
I just found out she would call you, and didn't know why.
Well, she also called a real estate agent.
Well, if you want, ask that resident to give me a call.
Okay.
Roy and I will talk to her tomorrow. Roy or I.
Okay.
Answer all the
Okay.
questions so she feels comfortable.
The other, I want to agree with what Mr. Flynn just said about taking satellite pictures. You know, it's been a long time since I had a geography class, but rivers meander. They change course, and that might affect possibly property lines, even town boundaries. So I agree with you 100% with what you're proposing. And then the last thing is, I've been asking repeatedly for months about getting a crosswalk painted to the Broad Street Park. And I haven't seen any progress on that at all.
State road.
I understand it's a state road, but what is the status? What is the town doing to see if we can get a crosswalk?
Well, a couple things too. A crosswalk has to lead to some place. So you have to make sure that there's the appropriate handicap ramps on either side. State has to budget that. We all know how quickly the state moves when it comes to road projects. I mean, Paul got the money for Rimmon Street, what, 7 years ago? And that's still not built. So, we can make requests, and that's all we can do.
I mean, we've got a beautiful park there, but people don't feel safe crossing the street. That's a very busy street.
Karen, I don't disagree with you, but I can't force the state to do anything. The town had issues with crosswalks and handicap accessible sidewalks, and we addressed ours.
I understand.
But I'm saying we take care of our need. The state is responsible for taking care of their need, and I can't force them to do so. We can make requests, but there's no guarantee we're gonna get it. And again, where is that sidewalk, where is that crosswalk gonna start, and where's it gonna end? Because again, where the handicap accessible ramp is in the middle of the driveway. So where are you gonna launch it from? That's the other thing. So there's a lot more to it than just putting stripes directly across Broad Street.
Okay, I just wish that would be something we could work on.
Karen, we're doing the best that we can, but again, I can't force the state to do things they don't want to.
Okay.
And right now, they're building a rotary in the middle of no place, that I'm not sure anyone on this board even wants. But,
You mean a Great Hill?
yeah, for $2.5 million,
That's right down the street from my house, don't.
which has handicap accessible sidewalks. So,
I'm done.
thank you, Karen. Paul?
Great to be back after missing a meeting. It's like I didn't even miss one. No, I don't have any comments, thank you.
No? Okay.
I'm good. Except the Yankees are gonna lose.
Wow, wow.
Jeez, it's
Fighting
war.
words at the end of the meeting.
I'd like to take a vote on, hold on. 1-0 Houston, baby. Bases loaded, top of the second, 2 outs. Let's pray for a single. Here we go. Nicole?
I would like to mention that. Okay.
Stay focused.
I'm focused. I was able to walk this Saturday in the Seymour Pink 5K road race. I walked, I did not run. it's an honor to be part of this wonderful race in this community for such a great cause of this horrible disease for men and women with breast cancer. It's heartwarming. It was so heartwarming to see people from far and wide come out and support this great race that we do every year. Our first selectman walked the entire race in his heels, which I was extremely impressed, but did not listen to my advice as to the type of heel to wear. So he did wear the most uncomfortable heel that is created for anyone. So, just wanted to let you know.
It was a painful last mile.
He did, but talk about, doing it, pain for a cause, it was great. And then also just an update on the turf committee, where the turf field itself is completed, we're finishing up the bleachers, the track is being worked on this week. We are anticipating, we're having our ribbon cutting ceremony on the 16th, it's a Friday night. We're inviting the entire community to come out and join us. We will have all the teams invited to the high school to come and celebrate with us with the ribbon cutting. They're also, what else are they doing?
The kids are having one on Tuesday.
Right, the kids are going to do one internally at the school on Tuesday, I believe, before the girls' soccer game. So again, we just want to invite everybody to come out and come and celebrate with us on Friday the 16th.
Right, it's homecoming.
And it's, yeah, those are everything, and it is homecoming. It's not a reason to get more people out there.
October 16th?
Yes,
Yep.
next Friday,
Yeah, week from Friday.
7 o'clock, right before the start of the football game.
Okay.
6:45. Thank you.
Al?
Nicole, already mentioned the Seymour Pink 5K, but I just want to say how it's really great to see how the community comes out and supports that event. That's really become a Seymour kind of signature event, and there's so much work that goes into it, and it's a good time, and it takes on a little special meaning for individuals. I know it takes on a special meaning for me because my mom's a cancer survivor, and it's just a great cause, and it's fun to see everybody have a good time there. Some people run it, take it seriously, they're real runners. Some people just walk it, but everybody comes together and supports the event on behalf of the town. So it's a good thing. That's it.
Thank you, Al. Anne Marie?
Just to reiterate on Nicole and Al's, walking the Seymour Pink, as well as your stunt of, wearing of the pink, I should say. Alana was quite happy to see you all dressed up in pink.
Thank you.
She said you need more glitter though.
Yeah, no glitter. Had no glitter this year.
And a big thank you to the field committee for all their hard work and dedication in putting that together and seeing it through. I can't wait to see it on October 16th. That's about it.
Thank you, Anne Marie. Len?
Yeah, and lastly, I'll mention I was part of Team Theodorable. I was very proud to do that
Babylicious.
with Nicole and Dennis's mom. I actually walked with Kurt through the whole thing. I was his cheerleader and also the carrier of his sneakers, which I kept tempting him with, and he would not take. So it was a well-earned $3,300 you raised? with that?
$3,300.
$3,300. He did it start to finish in those heels. It was pretty funny to watch.
Glad you enjoyed it. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I also just wanted to mention, I did attend the Smoke in the Valley event afterwards, and I just wanted to say that the Seymour Police Department and the first responders did a great job. They kept the crowd, which got a little bit rowdy at times, and at least from what I could see, I didn't stay the entire time, but it looked like a lot of people were having some to excess, but a lot of fun, and the police department did a great job keeping things in line that I could see, and just wanted to point that out and thank them for their service during that event in particular, but also, as I understand it, there were new runners that had some issues at the 5K, and the EMS personnel did a good job taking care of that too. So it was a great weekend for the community.
Definitely. Okay. Rich, anything you'd like to add? Okay, I have nothing further at this point, so I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Anne Marie, second by Karen. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Just
Chair votes
bit my
aye.
tongue.
Motion passes 7-0. Mark the meeting closed at 8:51 PM.